thought of that when you sent me the YouTube thing. That was great. She's doing factoring of trinomials, and I think it's easier when there's a factor of one, but when there's a factor of more than one, she's struggling at it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's where she's at.
Yeah.
And
So it's okay.
I
So
want
it's
to find my phone so I can send you examples of what she was working on, but I can't seem to locate it, but she can give you an example, the one that she couldn't do, but
yeah, well, it's usually the case where, when you're dealing with the A being a number, having a number for the A.
yeah. So like
and
we watched a video and it said like, if you have like C squared plus 11C minus 5 or something, you do what are the factors of that 5, and when added together, they're the middle number, and those are your number pairs, and kind of doing that type of thing. So she's not sure how to learn it. That's why I think if you teach her how to do it.
That can be tough. And it doesn't, like, in class when when it's just x squared, they're teaching you, well, it's going to be the sum or difference of the two middle numbers, and then the product is the last number, which is great, and it works beautifully. The problem is, it's just not, it's not that clean
when it's not that kind of an example. So we were trying to do that, and we saw those examples where it worked really well, and then some examples we were like, what the hell, like this is not even working out the way, so
yeah. So which is why I don't ever teach it that way, because it just doesn't, I think it just ultimately creates more confusion, because every problem is different.
Yep.
And ultimately what you have to do is, there's a couple of things you do. Like you take the last number and you still want to find the factors of the last number.
Yeah.
Just like you did when it's just plain old x squared.
Yep.
So that part's great. Then it's figuring out a way to work them together with whatever the x squared coefficient is.
Yes.
It's nice when it's a prime number.
Yep.
Because then it's going to be that number and 1.
Yes.
But when it's not a prime number, then it gets a little trickier.
Okay.
But it's, honestly, little trial and error often works the best way, or works the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just trying stuff out, because the nice thing is you can always just check it by doing the FOIL.
Yes, and that's what she's been doing. But
yeah,
she has a few examples. She can give you one of them, and maybe you could tell her how to do them with like she has like a 6y squared minus 5y minus 4.
Right.
So she can tell you an example, maybe you can show her how to do it. And
yeah, well, I got a ton of examples too.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
So no problem there.
Thanks so much, Andy.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay. All right, I'll leave you to it, and then
All right.
I'll listen to the recording one late night to learn how to do it myself.
Yeah, what I'll do is because I'll have to upload it to YouTube.
What's that?
I'll upload it to YouTube. Well, I can send you the link. It might work. I usually just upload them to YouTube, and then you can take them, right from there. It's
okay.
Because that always works. That's what I did with the last one.
Okay. Yeah. If you send me the link, I can.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Get to it, kiddo. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're not loving the factoring of the trinomial so much, huh?
No.
No. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I got some stuff up. I knew what you were working on, and I got like 1,000 problems with this stuff. So, because it's not the first time I've ever had to tutor this. It won't be the last. So, so if you look at the screen now, there's like 40 problems there. So, all right. So just do all 40 problems. Go. Just kidding. That would be mean. I'm kind of mean, but I'm not that mean. So, well, let's warm up. I'd like you to do number 1 at the top. Okay. So there's 2 sets. So in the top set, I'd like you to do number 1. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, do that, and then tell me what it is in factored form.
X plus 3x plus 4.
Right, good, perfect. So that was quick. And you know what happens with these is you get pretty good at spotting them
Mhm.
after a while. So, you know, yeah, you can do the whole, all right, well, it's you know, the factors could be 1 and 12, they could be 2 and 6, they could be 3 and 4, and then, you know, figure out the various sums. It's nice when you're dealing with a plus 12, for instance,
Yes.
because then at least you know it's going to be x plus, or it's going to be x minus, x minus. They're a little trickier when you have to deal with a difference.
Okay.
So let's actually try one with a difference. How about, why don't you do number 6?
Number 6.
Yeah, number 6 in the first group.
I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So the so here's the problem. It's x squared minus 6 x squared minus 2x minus 15. I'll turn the share off for a moment so you can see better. So x squared minus 2x minus 15. So, you know, the first thing I always tell people to do is look at the signs. So look at the last sign first. You see it's a minus, right? So you know that it's going to be an x plus and an x minus. So that's a given.
Okay.
All right. Now we look at the factors of 15. There's only 2 options. It's 1 and 15, and it's 3 and 5. Because that's a minus, we're not looking for we're not adding them together. We're going to find the difference. So what is the difference between 15 and 1?
15.
No, the difference, subtraction.
14.
Right, 14. So that difference is 14, but we're looking for a difference of 2. So that doesn't help us. So that's how. Now we know it's 3 and 5. And of course, the difference between 3 and 5 is 2. So we're looking good. Now the question is, which one goes where? So we know they're 3 and 5, but which is which?
The 3 goes first
Yeah. How do you know?
because the 3 minus 5, the 5 is like negative.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's a minus sign here, we know that the bigger number has to be with the minus. So since 5 is bigger than 3, we put the 5 here and the 3 there. And of course, you can FOIL it out and check, and you FOIL it, you get x squared minus 5x plus 3x minus 15 combine, and it's minus 2x. Perfect. And you're good.
Okay.
All right, so let's do more sharing. And we will pick up with do another one in this vein. I don't want to do that one. Looking for one that's challenging but not dreadful. You won't like that. You definitely won't like that one. How about, no, I don't like that either. All right, fine. We'll try number 3.
Okay. I got y plus 1 times y minus 7
-7. You sure about that?
minus 8.
There it is. Yep. Good. Right. Because yeah, it's got to be 1 and 8 because there's the product of 8. Because because it's -8, you know it's going to be a y plus and a y minus, and then you just find a difference of 7. So
Yeah,
the two factors that work are going to be 8 and 1.
yeah.
And the minus goes by the 8. Good.
Mhm.
See, those aren't so bad, are they?
No.
Now, piece of cake. Let me set you up with one that has a whole bunch of few more choices then. Try number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Mhm. I got 4. I got x plus 4 times x minus 8.
Okay, so almost. You did almost everything right. One little issue. So I'll stop share again. So we're at x squared plus 4x minus 32. Now, 32 is a big number. It's going to have more factors. So, you know, it's 1 and 32. It's 2 and 16 and 4 and 8. So 3 sets of factors. Because that's a minus, we know there's a plus minus. You did all that correctly. So x plus, x minus. And then we have to look at differences. The difference between 32 and 1 is 31. No good. Difference between 2 and 16 is 14. No, we need a 4, so that's no good. It's got to be 4 and 8. Now, you look at this sign here before the 4x, it's positive. Because it's plus 4x, that means the big number has to be next to the plus. So the bigger number is always going to be next to the number that the sign is. If it's plus, the bigger number will be next to the plus. If that's a minus, the bigger number will be next to the minus. So in this case, it's x plus 8 times x minus 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you can always check. So if you FOIL it out and check and you see that it's you got a minus instead of a plus, then you know you just have to reverse them.
Okay.
Yeah, if the numbers are right, but the sign was wrong, reverse. That's all you have to do.
Okay.
Good. All right. So then you get the wackos.
Mhm.
So the ones that you hate, everybody hates. Nobody likes this next group. I don't even like them. I do this for a living, and I was like, ugh, not these. So now we have a situation where x is, or excuse me, it's not x squared, it's 2x squared. Like put number 1 in the second group.
Mhm.
Now, you notice they give you a nice little example up here. And in fact, the very first problem is the problem in the box.
I can't see it.
Oh, because I didn't share it again. Of course you can't share it. Kind of hard to see what I don't share, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, sorry about that. I get so excited, but I know you can see the board better when I'm not sharing. So if I'm doing it on the board, I don't want to share.
Mhm.
Okay, so now that's better. So problem 1 here, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. And it's the same problem that you see in the little box here. and they just gave you the answer.
Yeah.
But let's look how that's going to go. First off, it's 2x. So we know that it's 2x squared. So it has to be a 2x and there has to be an x, right? It's the only way to get 2x squared if you do 2x times x. So that's the nice thing about having the first number prime. At least you know how they're going to, you know exactly how they're going to line up. That definitely makes it easier. This problem has the added bonus of having the last number prime, -3.
Mhm.
Great. So because it's -3, we know that the second numbers are going to be 3 and 1. So we know what the numbers are going to be. The question is, how do we organize it? What goes with the 2? What goes with the 1? We have signs to deal with. That's a -3, so it's going to be a plus and a minus. And then we just kind of have to play around with it a little bit. If you do 1 times 2, you get 2. And if you do 3 times 1, you get 3. You combine 2 and 3, great, you get 5. But the problem is we know we need a plus and a minus, so it's going to have to be a difference. So that's not going to work. But if we set it up so we'll get a 6, 3 times 2 is 6, and then 1 times 1 is 1, 6 and 1, that gives us our difference of 5. So then we know to set it up with because it's -5, we'll put the 3 here with the minus, the 1 here with the plus, and check it, FOIL it, and it's going to come out to 2x squared minus 5x minus 3.
Mhm.
And everybody's happy.
Mhm.
So, that's the process. But these just take a little bit more work and a little bit of trial and error sometimes. So I'd like you to take a shot at number 2.
Okay.
Yep, it's not easy, but take your best shot. Let's see what happens.
I'm confused.
Okay, tell me what you're confused about.
I don't know like how to find the greatest common factor, like when they're not like
Well, let's see. What are the factors of 8?
2 and 4.
2 and 4, there's 1. And what's the other?
um, 4 and 4.
Oh, that's not it's 1 and 8.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the easy one. The one you don't even have to think about. Everybody forgets that. It's so funny. The 1 times. But the 1 times is important. Make sure you remember it.
Mhm.
Works a lot of the time. So it's either going to be 1 and 8 or 2 and 4.
Okay.
So now it's just a question of trying to arrange them. You know that the x terms are going to be 3x and x, right?
3x. Yeah.
Yeah. So see if you can arrange them in such a way. And of course, it's -8. So it's going to be a plus and a minus. You just don't know which is which yet.
Mm-hmm.
So see if you can figure out a way you can arrange these so that you'll end up with a difference of +10.
Okay.
Yeah. You might have to try a few things.
Um. But I do like 10 like plus or like wait.
Okay, well, don't. All right. So don't jump right to that. You have the problem in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here, let me take the share off temporarily. And so I wrote it up there. I had a feeling we'd be talking about this one.
Mm,
So here's what I know so far. I know I have a 3x. I know I have an x. I know it's going to be a plus minus, but I don't know which is which, right?
mhm,
So I have to wait on that. Now I look at my pairs of my factor pairs. I have 1 and 8, and I have 2 and 4. So now what I'm going to do is play around with it. So like if I did 8 and 1, I would have a 24 and a 1. Is there any way I can combine 24 and 1 and get a difference of 10?
No.
No. All right. So 8 in the back doesn't work. Now I'm just going to flip them. So if I did 1 here and an 8 here, is that going to work? So I'd have an 8 and I'd have a 3.
Mhm,
So that one might have a possibility, right?
yeah.
All right. So if I do, I would need to have the plus with the 8,
Yeah.
and then I guess the minus with the 1, right?
Mhm,
But it's going to be plus 8x minus 3x. Is that going to work?
no.
No, it's a difference of 5. And if I swap them, I'm going to get 24 and 1 again, which isn't going to work. So guess what? We got a problem here. It's just not going to work. We can't make it work. So we've tried 8 and 1 both ways, didn't work. So forget 8 and 1. It's got to be 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So now the question is, well, where do they go? If you were to try 4 here next to the 3 and 2 over here, you would have a 4 and you would have a 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. That's great, but it has to be a difference because of that minus. Well, the difference between 4 and 6 is 2. Doesn't work. So that's that. Therefore, I know I'm going to have to flip them again. So it's going to be the 4 out here and the 2 over here.
Yeah.
4 times 3 is 12.
Mhm,
That's good. 2 times 1 is 2. So I have a 12 and a 2. The difference of 12 and 2 is 10. Bingo. I have a winner. So where do I put the plus?
You put the plus in front of the 4.
Right, exactly. Because that's giving me the 12. And then I can subtract the 2.
Mhm,
And there we are.
yeah.
Yeah, so you just have to work it. That's all. Work out the possibilities until you find it.
Mhm,
But have your factors in front of you. And just eliminate as you go, and then you'll run into it.
mhm,
Luckily there's not that many options.
mhm.
All right, so let's reshare. I'm going to give you another one. So try out number 3. So
Okay.
number 3 is actually a little bit easier than number 2 was. So let's see how number 3 works. Nice thing about 3 is you don't have a lot of options.
Okay. Mhm. I don't think this is right. But I got y plus 7 times y plus 1.
Okay, there should have been a 2y there, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so where's the 2y go?
in the front of the first one.
Okay, so read me the whole thing.
2y plus 7 times y plus 1.
Okay, so if you do 2y plus 7 times y plus 1, so you get 2y squared.
Mhm.
And then you would get 2y times 1, which would be 2y. And then you would get y times 7, which would be 7y. That's only going to get you up to 9y. You need 15. So what do
Yeah.
you think you need to do?
Switch them.
Exactly. Switch them. That's all you have to do.
Okay.
That's the nice thing about not having a lot of options is that, if you check it, and you should always check these. Every time you do an answer, do a quick check.
Mhm.
And if it didn't work, you probably just need to make a quick switch.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's literally it's basically a guess and check, but it's really an educated guess and check.
Mhm.
You've already done some of the work to kind of narrow it down, so there's only going to be a couple options when you're ready.
Mhm.
All right, so that wasn't bad. Let's why don't you try out number 4?
Number 4. Mhm. Mhm. It's x. Wait, wouldn't it be like x minus 6?
Well, it's actually, well, they're A's.
All A's.
Yeah.
Mom, be quiet, please. My God. It's like yelling for no reason. A minus 6 times a plus 1.
A minus 6 times a plus 1. Well, 6 and 1 aren't going to give you 4, are they? 6 times 1. Are you
Yeah.
doing number 4?
Oh, I was saying number 4 on the top.
Oh,
Okay. I got 7a minus 2 times a plus 2.
okay. Well, check that now. Do the FOIL and see what happens.
Okay. I got 7a to the second plus 11a minus 4.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that way, should it?
No.
Nah, so yeah, you're gonna have to do a little you have to do something a little different.
Yeah. I still got -4, but I got -11
Okay, so tell me what you have again. Read it out to me.
for the one that I checked.
Yeah,
7a to the second minus 11a minus 4.
okay. So 7a to the second minus 4. Okay, so and what did you have in the parentheses?
7a plus 2 times a minus 2.
Okay. Well, that's why you're getting the -4. They have to both be the same, don't they? Look at the original problem. It's 7a squared minus 11a plus 4.
Yeah.
So you look at that first, you look at that last sign. If the last sign is plus, that means that both signs inside the parentheses are going to be the same. So either plus plus or minus minus. And then you look at the first sign. If it's a plus, then it's plus and plus inside the parentheses. But if it's a minus, then it's minus and minus inside the parentheses. So this one has to be minus and minus.
Wait. Okay.
What's going to happen now is that's going to give you the +4 that you want. But unfortunately, it's not going to give you the -11 that you need.
Yeah. I don't know how to like. I don't know how to do it.
All right. So let me write it up here. So we've got 7a squared minus 11a plus 4. All right, so let me take that off for now. So we know inside we have 7a and we have a. We have a plus here, so both sides have to be the same. And we have a minus here, meaning both sides have to be minuses. So it's going to be 7a minus, it's going to be a minus. So that part's done, which is nice. We like that. We like it when they're both the same. Definitely easier. So now we think of our factors of 4. So what are the pairs of factors we have for 4?
4 and 2 and 2.
2 and 2, yeah.
And 4 and 1.
And 4 and 1, right. Now, if we try 2 and 2, be nice if that worked. We get minus 14a and then minus 2a, which comes out to minus 16a. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're not going to flip the 2's because we get the same thing. So the 2, 2 we couldn't make work. So we know it's going to be 4 and 1 at this point. And the question is what goes where?
Yeah.
Well, if you put the 4 here, you're going to get 4 times 7, which is 28. It's going to be way too high.
Yeah.
So we know the 4 can't go there. It has to go in the first one with the 7, and then that'll just be the 1. And the middle terms would be minus 7a and minus 4a, minus 11a. Works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, a little bit of guess and check. That's what you're going to have to do with these.
Okay.
Hopefully your teacher won't give you too many of them.
Yeah, she's annoying.
I know she's annoying. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wish she wasn't annoying, but I have no control over that. I would tell her not to be annoying. I don't think she would listen to me. She'd probably get more annoying because I told her not to be annoying. All right. So let's take try another one. This time, number 5.
Okay. I don't know how to do it. I keep getting the same thing,
Oh, what are you getting?
like 5n plus 15n plus 6n plus 9.
Okay. So 5n plus 15n plus 6 plus 9.
Mm.
So the last part is plus 6, right? So tell me what you're putting inside your parentheses.
I tried to do 3 and 6 and 6 and 1, but it's none of them are working.
Well, you can't do 3 and 6
Yeah.
because 3 times 6 is 18. It has to be 3 and 2. Try it with 3 and 2.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah, I think that's your problem. Because it sounded like everything else is pretty good until that, except for that 6 that you had there.
Mm-hmm. No, I got 5n plus 2 times 3. Well, times n plus 3.
That's perfect. Yeah. And if you multiply it out, you'll get 5n squared plus 15n plus 2n instead of the 6n that you were getting before, right?
Mhm.
And then plus 6. Perfect. Worked. Good job.
Mhm.
So yeah, you got to make sure you put the right numbers in, that little thing, but that one was good. All right. So try out number 6 now.
Okay. I think I got the right answer. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's hear it.
X minus 5 times x plus 3.
X minus 5 times x plus 3. That's the right answer for number 6 on the top half. Now
Ah,
try number 6 on the bottom half. Hey, good job getting that. It's all good.
I'm not sure how to do it because 3 only has one thing. Wait. Um, Everything I get, it doesn't work.
Okay, well, tell me what you've done so far.
I tried 3 and 1 because that's the only thing that I
Okay, well, 3 and 1 has to be the second number, right?
can. Yeah,
What goes with the y's?
4.
Okay, so you have 4y squared. So what could be first?
4y.
Could be 4y and y, but couldn't it be something else?
2y and 2y.
Right. Did you try all of those?
No.
Okay, you might want to. Yeah, sometimes the second number isn't the problem. Sometimes it's the first number.
Mhm. 2y plus 3 times 2y plus 1.
Yep, exactly. Great. Good job. All right. See, turned out to be a lot easier, didn't it?
Mhm.
Yes, you just have to make sure you keep, you know, just make sure you're considering all the possibilities. Don't try, don't try to make one thing work. It just might not, so look for other possibilities. Let's see you try out number 7 now.
Okay. Mhm. Forgot how to do. I don't know if I got it right, but I got 3x to the second power plus 4x minus 7.
Okay, and what did you have inside the parentheses?
Oh, right. 3x plus 7 times x minus 1.
Perfect. Great. Good. That one was a little trickier because you had to find the difference, but you you stuck with it, you worked it out, and there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's number 8. Take a shot at number 8. The one right below the one you just did. Remember, in the lower half, don't do the top half.
Mm,
I know you like to do extra work because you're fond of that. The more the better, right?
yes. Mhm. I got 2x plus 3 times x plus 5.
Excellent. Nice.
Mhm.
Starting to feel a little better about these.
Yeah.
Got that one quickly too. That was good. All
Mhm.
right. Well, since you're on a roll, okay, let's try number 8. Number 8 might slow you down a little bit because there's a lot going on with number 9, sorry.
Mhm.
Number 9 might slow you down a little bit, but that's okay. Just keep with it. And let's see what you come up with.
Okay. Um, I'm confused. I don't know how to do it.
All right, well, I said this, like I said, this one's tough. It has a lot of options. So,
Am I supposed to like break the 9 down into 3?
okay. So that's the one I would definitely start with because that's the easiest one to deal with.
Yeah.
So if we do it 3y and 3y, and it's easy to deal with because it's not going to matter what order we put our other two numbers in.
Yeah.
So it's a -8, right? So that means we have a 3y plus and we have a 3y minus. So we know those two for sure.
Yeah.
Now our options for the 8 are either 1 and 8 or 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So if we try out 1 and 8, the first thing I notice is that I'm going to get a 24 and a 3. There's no way I'm finding a 6 out of 24 and 3, right?
Yeah.
So we try 2 and 4. So I'm just going to, so if I do it this way, I would be -12 plus 6. That would be a -6. Well, I don't want -6. I want +6. So simple fix. I'll flip them. Put the 4 with the plus, put the 2 with the minus. And now it's -6y plus 12y, put them together, plus 6y.
Yeah.
And there it is. Piece of cake, right?
Yeah.
Little piece of cake. Beautiful. So, yeah, like I said, you just have to work these. That's all.
Yeah.
You have to be patient. You have to work through them, but they're all gettable. All right. So good job. I'm going to. Oh, no, okay, never mind. I already unshared. So what I did is the sheet that we've been working on,
Yeah.
I went ahead and already emailed it to your mom.
Okay.
Let me just quickly reshare. So it's a huge sheet. It's actually several sheets and all sorts of groups of problems. So you begin with the relatively early ones, where you're just looking for greatest common factors with numbers, and then the monomials and blah, 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 or the greatest, common monomial factor. The difference of two squares stuff is here in part 3. They give you an example of everything. Part 4, a little bit more to work with perfect squares. Part 6, we were working on 7 and 8 here, mostly 8. Keeps going a little bit longer. There's a part 9, there's a part 10, part 11, part 12, and the best part, all the answers. Yep. Now, obviously, you want to work on the problems, but at least this way you guys can work on it and you can check your answers right away in real time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I sent that to your mom.
Okay.
There's 6 pages, but it's all there. So that's something you can work on. I'm also I recorded this for her, so I'll send her the recording also. That's going to take a little bit. I have to upload it and all that kind of stuff. All right. Okay, I think you're good to go. You did some good work, and you're definitely getting better with them at the end. You just need some practice. That's all. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.